We have another Naruto Storm Connections online rank fight for your enjoyment, guys. It's going to be absolute insanity. This guy is super, super strong, insanely strong, but look what he's doing with the walking and the taunting and the disrespecting. And he lured me in to a counter, and he does it again with with the disrespect, and he tried to lure me into a dash switch, combo support switch, and he's really, really skilled. Now, just because I don't like his attitude, just because I think he's disrespectful, just because a lot of things doesn't mean that I'm not going to say he's not skilled. That's a big problem in the community. When people get their feelings hurt or potentially get their feelings hurt or people don't like what's being said, even though it's true, when it's said in a way that they don't like, right? When it potentially makes them feel a certain way, people ignore the skill part. There he goes again with the walking and the countering. So here he is, right? He's totally bodying me. He's going to destroy me here. But will he win the game? Watch the entire 10-minute video to find out what happens. Will I win the best of 3 or will he? Leave a like and then let me know what you think after you've watched it. Now, it's not so much, yes, they disrespect you when they play a certain way, right? If people troll spin, sometimes they troll spin because they're excited, but most of the time they troll spin because they're trying to disrespect you or get a reaction out of you. Now, this player, I would say, goes far beyond that and is kind of doing it in a really, really sort of diabolical, almost deranged kind of way, right? Where he knows exactly what he's doing. He's not just trying to get a reaction out of you, he's trying to belittle you and put you down. And there's a lot of players like that, but very few of them can back it up, especially against other types of players, right? So, like, I have a lot of experience. So, as long as the connection is good, it's very, I baited out the counter. Nice. We finally are breaking down that defense. It's very difficult for someone, no matter who they are, to do something like this, I would say to me or to a certain caliber level of player. But this guy can still do that, usually. Not always, but usually. And that is where you really know he's skilled. He's definitely something like the equivalent of a top 500 player in Naruto. There he goes again with the troll spinning. He's going to be doing all game long. Now, part of the reason why I bring this up is not just, to judge him or something, but because I want the best for him and I don't think he's bringing out his full potential. Nice, we blocked that with just our guard almost broke, but it didn't. Look at that. We have 1 HP and we're dead, guys. He completely bodied us. We're going to keep going and keep talking about this. So, yes, I'm bringing it up because, that's not nice, right? It's really not nice to put other people down, to make other people feel bad about themselves, like especially in an anime game where we're all just anime fans and we're trying to enjoy our characters. No one is going to enjoy this. Like, this guy is like going to be scum of the earth for most people. People are going to hate his guts. They're not going to have the kind of approach that I have for the most part. But even me, I've been forced to, basically not see him in a good light. And it's because I fought him maybe like 2 or 3 times now. For sure 2 times in this game. I beat him the first time. I have to find the fight. We'll see what happens here. Maybe he beats me. Maybe I beat him. We'll see. But I basically am undefeated against him so far, but every single time it's like this, he's disrespectful, and it's a very close fight either way, so maybe I lose here. But the point is to teach this, what's learned here, and make it into something. Instead of making it into emotions, aha, he dash stop halfway. He didn't do the professional or the skill-based stop where it's usually right in front of the person or very close to. He did it halfway, which shows me he was scared, which shows me you may be very skilled, maybe more skilled than me, for sure, more skilled than me in certain ways, but not always. But something you're not is as fearless as me. So now that I know that I I basically created a bluff and he got scared, right? Like, he didn't call my bluff, he went along with it. So he thought he was going to fault that Toad Jitsu or who knows what, so he stopped because he got scared. But then he turned it around and he did this amazing skill-based air combo with Pain, which is not that hard, but no one really does it. And it does take some skill to do. He got our guillotine drop there before I could release it and did another air combo there. This is a very skill-based set right here, or sequence of events, from the point where he, with an air combo, Pain's air combo, caught my dash. But here we're pressuring him. We broke his guard. with the fire style flaming hurricane bomb and the guillotine drop. And now we're outspacing him, and we are not going to lose to fear. We know that we are a little bit more fearless than him, if anything, but he gets back on that horse, right? And he isn't startled for long. He goes back to what he does because he knows that he's skilled and he knows that he's been practicing this stuff. Now, this is crazy. I subbed the one thing, avoided the other two clones with amazing agility, and did a perfect guillotine drop, and we got him there, and we bait. That entire sequence was insane. Like, I don't think he expected that. That turnaround, he thought it was a dash, but we guillotine drop, or we lightning straight at him. But see what happens. Even though he's losing, he thinks he's so good that he's going to come back from this because he's that much better than me and he's that much better than everyone else, most likely. That's what he thinks. That's the impression that I get. He may not think that, but most likely he thinks that. I've never seen someone so cocky, right? But that's the thing. You can't do that to a certain set of people because they have the mental fortitude. They're not going to break. Someone like me, most likely, as long as the connection is good, I might not win, but I will probably win, especially if you give me all those chances. So, one, you're depriving yourself because you're probably going to lose now unless you stop this, which you can't stop because you are full of yourself. That subtle walk tech into a guillotine drop, amazing. But all you're doing is giving me openings. I only need a certain amount of openings to win. So the other aspect of this is I don't really want him to do this because he's depriving you guys, the viewers, of potentially the greatest storm fight that possibly ever could have happened, right? Potentially. If not, then one of them. It's definitely super high level gameplay. When we're not talking about PP, we're talking about real skill. You guys could have seen some of the most beautiful, amazing things that ever could have possibly happened, but he's selling, bro. And he's a goofy, bro. He's a goofy. Cool. He baited me again, and he's doing like turbo dash, a super dash. I call it a super dash, whatever. And look at that. Boom. We sit on him with the boiler toad, and this is amazing. Guillotine drop on the universal pole. Never seen that before. And that's just crazy, bro, that we did that. Raikage, you don't know, but he's actually top 10, top 20, but probably top 10 best character in the game with skill ceilings. You have to take skill ceiling into account, not skill floor. With skill floor, absolutely not. Probably not even top 20, right? That's why you don't see people use them. But with skill ceilings, he's up there. We can talk about that in another video, but we're moving in on this guy. I actually say these things too because I want what's best for him. He's not going to perform as well. He's not going to do as well. And he's putting himself in the role of a bully and someone that's super negative, which we don't need those people in the community. It doesn't make the community a better place. It makes the community a worse place, right? So luckily, I did not falter. I did not get affected, and we are just swinging him around like a rag doll because this is, I'm not going to lie. I was not too happy. I was not angry, but I was not happy. I was totally locked in. I was focusing, and here we go with the skill. And he thinks he can just, basically jitsu spam me with 4 jitsus, 2 of the best jitsus in the game, do it 4 times. Rasengan universal pull, and that I'm just going to die, and I'm going to waste all my subs. I'm sorry, this is not Storm 4. The one issue is, I think, when you awaken, right, you have a potential to mess up the frame rate for either you or your opponent. It's a gamble, and you can see here, watch this. Actually, this is not that great because I'm definitely lagging here. See, I'm getting caught when I shouldn't be. This almost never happens, and this can only happen in this negative way. It looks like I just don't know what I'm doing, but Minato's Awakening is very similar to this awakening, and I literally just couldn't do anything, and the reason why is because that awakening changed the lag and the frame rate drop. But luckily, we do this combination of support jitsu into tag, and at the very least, we stalled. Every time you go into the awakening or come out of it, the lag can potentially fluctuate or oscillate, and we win with the guillotine drop. You look like a goofy. You played yourself. This Naruto player played himself, bro.